Kal Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles that rule well. Salutations to the brothers in the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth in sincerity. And what insincerity? I ran across this article right here on Press TV. The name of the article was billionaire investor Ray Dalio says America's growth is at risk of falling to zero. Okay, so we're going to read this article, not the whole thing, but most of it. And you know how we do. We correlate with the scriptures. Y'all know how we do, right? And that's what we was taught by the apostles of GMS, right? Uh, American billionaire investor Ray Dalio has issued a dire warning about the risky situation of U.S. economy, saying the country growth is at risk of falling to zero. We're growing we're going to have a debt crisis in this country. The 74 years old founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, warned Americans on CNBC in an interview that aired on Thursday. I think you're going to get a meaningful slowing of the economy, he said, citing America's record 33 trillion of debt as being risky. How fast it transpires, I think, is going to be a function of the supply demand issue. So I'm watching that very closely, he added. The veteran investor said the huge imbalance between the massive scale of public borrowing and insufficient demand for government bonds is a major factor in the looming economic collapse. Dalio has previously flagged America's financial challenge, a historic debt pile, higher interest rate, and quantitative tightening, as well as tarnished international relations with Russia and China as a perfect storm for the U.S. economy. He has also sounded the alarm that high debt levels could spark a balance sheet recession. Woo! Where growth stops because people and companies focus on paying off their debts rather than investing in expansion. In this regard, some economics have forecast worse prediction where they've predicted stocks and house prices will collapse and a full-blown recession will take place. You heard it, right? Where their predicted stocks and house prices will collapse and a full-blown recession will take place. The economics concerns have mounted since the U.S. inflation rate hit 40 years high last year and prompting the Federal Reserve to hike interest rate from almost zero to over 5%. America Credit Rating Agency, Fitch, in August slash U.S. credit rating, citing fiscal deterioration over the next 3 years, an unresolved debt ceiling dispute. Moody's Rate Agency earlier this week warned that the possible government shutdown next week would mount added pressure on U.S. credit rating. Right? U.S. I'm at the bottom right here. U.S. hardline Republicans in the House have disputed a deal that the Republicans-led House negotiated with the Democrat President Joe Biden for $1.59 trillion in discretionary spending in fiscal 2024, paving the way for a large portion of the government to shut down on Sunday. Biden said this week that the shutdown would hit black, why us? They going to hit black Americans, which is are the Hebrew Israelites, are the original Jews that the Bible speak of, right, hit black Americans disproportionately hard, right, including by reducing nutritional benefits, cutting inspection of hazardous waste sites, and a lack of enforcement of fair housing laws. And the funny thing is, as Apostle Tahar said, uh, this is the year, pretty much this is the year of Jacob's trouble, right? This is the hopefully a year of Jacob's trouble, right? And look what it says right here at the bottom. Biden said this week that the shutdown would hit black Americans. Man, they pointed this out. They pointed this out real quick, didn't they? Disproportionately hard, right? Including by reducing nutritional benefits. And they might take away the EBT cards. They might take away their welfare. They're gonna take away their welfare, man, and maybe their housing too. Where a lot of these jakes going to end up in the street, right? So you know what that's going to ignite? That's going to ignite race wars, right? That's going to ignite race wars. All right. But what is our job as a prophet? Here we go. This is Jeremiah 28, verse 8. This is the GNT version. The prophet who spoke long ago before my time and yours predicted the war, starvation. Predicted that war, starvation, and disease will come to many nations and powerful kingdoms. So that's what's coming to the United States and the four corners of the earth, man. War, starvation, and disease. That's what's coming, man. All right. So going back into that depth, right? This is Habakkuk 2, 4 through 6. Because what we was reading, right? What we was reading. All right. It said a recession is coming. A big recession is coming in 24. Right? Why? Because America owe other nations a lot of money. Right? And this is what the scriptures say, right? Habakkuk 2, 4 through 6. Right? And this is the message. Those who are evil would not survive, but those who are righteous will live because they are faithful to Yahweh. Wealth is deceitful. What it said? Wealth is deceitful. Greedy people are proud and restless. Oh man, I know a lot of those people that are proud because they got a little money in the bank. Like death itself, they are never satisfied. That is why they conquer nation after nation for themselves. The conquered people will taunt their conquerors and show their scorn for them. They will say, you take what isn't yours, but you are doomed. How long will you go on getting rich by forcing your debtors to pay up? Right? And that's what they do. They force their debtors to pay up. And the funny thing is, America has a lot of debt, and they're not taking care of their business. They're not taking care of in-house problems. They're not taking care of their debt. But they rather allocate trillions of dollars to Ukraine and Israelis. They rather allocate that money where the United States have a lot of problems: homelessness, hunger, right? Bad infrastructure, right? Low wages, right? A teacher the other day, she was complaining about how low her wage is, right? So everything going up except the pay rate, right? So yeah, this is what it is. So now, and I have run this out before, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out again. This is Habakkuk 2, verse 6. So it said, and to him that layeth himself with thick clay. So when you go to thick clay, it goes what?
Strong's H, 5671, Avteet.
Have teeth.
Avteet.
Have teeth. Right? So what it means? Weight or pledges. Heavy debts. There we go. That's what the thick clay mean. Heavy depths. That's exactly what it means, man. All right. So United States in heavy debt, right? And also that's going to ricochet and that's going to affect other countries also. All right, because a lot of countries is tied with America, but that's why the BRIC nation, British, Russia, India, China, right? These BRIC nation is doing their own thing and they dropping, they dropping the U.S. dollar like a bag of cement, man. Right? So that's what's going on. All right, beautiful. Okay. Proverbs 29, verse 2, the CEV. When justice rules a nation, everyone is glad. When injustice rule, everyone groans. And that's what's going on right now. People are groaning. People are mourning. And a lot of people don't like what they see. And a lot of people feel that the U.S. is finished. The U.S. is finished, man. Right? When the righteous are in authority and become great, the people rejoice. But the wicked man rules, the people groan, and they what? And sigh. That's the Amplified Bible. So a lot of people is groaning, they sighing of what's going on. Right? America is at their last stretch, man. America's at their last stretch. America's finished, man. So hey, this was a beautiful article right here, man. I'm just gonna make it brief. I ain't gonna make it long. Right. So the name of this article is billionaire investor Ray Dalio, right? Says America growth is at risk of falling to zero. So this place is finished, man. This place is finished. This place is finished. All right. Hey, man. So, oh, yeah. See you on the next video. So we give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash, right? And salutations to the brothers that's out there pushing this truth in sincerity, right? Death to America, death to Esau, 2/3, and the heathens. See you on the next video. Shalom.